Hey Canucks fans, Riley Stillman practiced for the first time with his new club. Hughes and Garland had maintenance days, and it's time to answer all of your questions. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, October the 9th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thank you. Speaking of thanks and Thanksgiving, I'm thankful and grateful for your support on this channel and your loyalty. I will not be streaming tonight because it is Thanksgiving Sunday. I want to focus on my family, and in fact, we're going to be out. I don't think I'll even be home by 10:30, so I will not be streaming tonight. Hopefully, you'll join me for my next live stream tomorrow night. That is Monday night at 11 p.m. Pacific. The Canucks, they practiced today after having a day off yesterday, and a couple of notable things as I talked about. Riley Stillman was at practice today, and he was practicing basically in the place of Christian Wolanin, who was put on waivers. So remember, Wolanin played on, was it Thursday night? The Canucks last, Friday night, the Canucks last exhibition game, their win against Arizona. So that one was Christian Wolanin, but then Wolanin was then placed on waivers, and he got through. So Wolanin and Sheldon Dries will be going down to Abbotsford. Stillman practiced today with the Canucks, had a great media op, was saying all the right things, very articulate. So I think he's going to be a really good player. He's saying he wants to be hard to play against. He likes to always get a piece of another opposing player, meaning playing them physical. So I think he's going to be a really good addition to our team. Conor Garland, after taking that hit on Friday night, did not practice today. Bruce Boudreau said it was a maintenance day for him and that he expects him to skate tomorrow. So that's a good thing. Same with Quinn Hughes. I don't like maintenance days even before the season started, but Hughes had a maintenance day even though he didn't play Friday, and they had a day off yesterday. So that will be 3 or 4 days of rest for him. So hopefully he is indeed skating tomorrow. I like to think that they're just resting him because they're going to use him so much during the season, but we'll see. And then Boeser was at practice today, so that's really, really good news. He returned to practice. I should have said that right off the top. And then, of course, Ilya Mikheyev, they're hoping that he practices tomorrow. So there's always something going on with the Vancouver Canucks when it comes to their roster and the health of their players, and that's actually one of your questions. So let's get to your questions right now. Dustin the Wind says this: do you think Jason Dickinson could have had a successful comeback season if he hadn't been traded, or do you think it would have been more of the same? Unfortunately, I think it would have been more of the same. He had plenty of opportunities to prove himself last year. He didn't, and I simply think he got outplayed in training camp, especially by Neil Zaman as a fourth-line center. You can also put Curtis Lazar as that fourth-line center. So no, as much as I like Dickinson as a person, had a great chat with him at the golf tournament, I do not think he would have had a successful season. And I don't think the Canucks were willing to wait for him for 2 more years of that $2.65 million contract. T says this: which player in the Canucks are you most excited to watch this year? From the forwards, I'm most excited to watch Andrei Kuzmenko because we simply don't know much about him from that it's his rookie season. He's already shown a lot in the preseason already, a lot of scoring ability, a knack for the net. So I'm excited to see Andrei Kuzmenko up front. I'm still excited to see Jack Rathbone. I don't know how much Jack Rathbone is going to play, but I'm still excited to see what Rathbone can do on this team. Peter says this: Peter Wynn, it's pretty disappointing that the right side hasn't been upgraded. Would you consider going for a guy like Ethan Bear, or would you rather get someone from waivers? Yeah, I'm not a big Ethan Bear guy. Sure, he has the most maybe name recognition of all the right shot D-men that might be sort of available or on waivers, but I'm not sure if he's worth the money that you'd have to pay him. I think you could try and pluck someone off waivers, and that's if you think the Canucks need an upgrade over the right side of Myers, Shen, Pullman, and Kyle Burrows. Man, I'm just thinking that a Stillman-Burrows pairing, though, would be a lot of fun, and they fought, actually, I think either last season or 2 seasons ago. But yeah, I know the right side of the D is weak. That's why they even tried Hughes over there for a couple preseason games. But I'm not convinced that the Canucks are going to do much more to upgrade their blue line until the season starts or before the season starts. Jerry says, why do you think Canucks players are injured so much as of late, ever since the post-Sedin days? I'm under the impression that their style of play put them at risk of injuries. A few things. The Canucks don't have the biggest team, so I think the smaller you are, the more chance you have, on average, you have of getting hurt. I think the Canucks travel schedule, although they haven't traveled yet a lot, I think the Canucks travel schedule doesn't help them in that they're the most northwest team in their entire NHL, so they are flying across the country, across the continent quite a bit. So that's got to take a toll on your bodies. And yeah, maybe their style of play has a little bit to do with it as well. A lot of skilled players, but not a lot of big, tough, rough and tumble guys. So maybe it's a combination of those three things: the way they play, how much they travel, and the actual size and durability of their players. TWK says, would you rather have Kuzmenko win Rookie of the Year or Horvat has a 70-plus point season? Oh, that's a good question, because both would be huge for the Canucks. If Kuzmenko won the Rookie of the Year, some people could complain he's too old, but I wouldn't care because he's our old guy. So I'd be excited with that. I'd be ecstatic if Bo had a 70-point season, although that you'd have to factor that into contract negotiations if it's not done by then, and it would obviously mean that he's had a really, really good season. Hardware is always nice. So I want Bo to have a great season, of course, but hardware is always nice. So I think it'd be cool if the Canucks won a major award, although it would make Kuzmenko much more expensive to sign at the end of this season. So 3 questions. Actually, let's do let's do the 3 questions about the defense right now. Biggie Cheese says, with Myers and Dermott injured, what will our defense look like? Jeremy Lee says, why do you think it's so difficult to find good defensemen for the Canucks when it comes to trades? They never seem to land anyone significant. Keep in mind that many D these days aren't drafted first round. And Eli says, what do our D pairings look like when everyone's healthy? Okay, so 3 questions about our D. Jeremy, to answer your question, it's hard to find good defensemen for everyone, because when you find a good defenseman, especially someone on the right side, then you hold on to them. For the Canucks specifically, yes, they have not drafted a lot of defensemen. Sometimes they work out like Quinn Hughes. Other times they don't work out like Oli Levy and Jet Wu. So, the Canucks don't have a lot of good defensemen because they haven't really been drafting defensemen high except for Quinn Hughes. So I think it's going to be the biggest challenge for this management group going forward. With Myers and Dermott injured, and let's presume that Hughes is okay, I think they will go Hughes and Schenn, OEL and Pullman, and there's your top 4. And then you can go Rathbone and Burrows, or a Stillman and Burrows. So I think that's what you're gonna do. But your top 4 has got to be OEL and Pullman, and then Hughes and Schenn. Yes, and then I think you go Rathbone or Stillman with Burrows, with no Dermott, with no Tyler Myers. Not the best looking defense crew, that's for sure. And then when everyone's healthy, so let's insert Myers and Dermott back. If you want Hughes on the left, I think you go OEL with Myers, Hughes, Schenn. I'd go either Dermott, Pullman, or Rathbone, Dermott, but maybe go Dermott, Pullman, I think is what they'll do. Probably more trust in Dermott over Rathbone, more trust in Pullman over Rathbone. If they want Hughes on the right, you go OEL with Hughes. Then I would go Dermott and Myers as your second pairing. And then you could go Rathbone, Schenn, or Stillman, Schenn. So that's what I would do if everyone was healthy. 2 more questions. Derek says, will Demko have a breakout season? And what was goals against average and save percentage be? And how many wins will Martin have? And what will his goals against and save percentage be? So I think Demko, he doesn't need a breakout season. He's already a bona fide top 10 goaltender in the league. I've always said he should start between 55, 56 games, give Martin 25 or 26, 27. Then I've also said that realistically, Demko's got to get about 30 wins in his 55 starts, and then Martin's got to get about 12 or 13 wins or 14 wins in his 25 starts. So both guys just got to go over 500. And then for save percentage and goals against, let's go for Demko 916 and 240, and then for Martin it'll be 914 and 270 or so, 265, 270. Finally, Joe says, who scores the most goals on this 5-game road trip, and who will be this year's unsung hero? This year's unsung hero, I think it could be Luke Schenn again, but I think it might actually be Curtis Lazar. I'm going to go with Curtis Lazar because you usually pick a lower, a lower in the lineup type guy. So I'm going to go to Curtis Lazar as my unsung hero. And then most goals on this 5-game road trip, I'm going to go to a limb saying it's going to be Andrei Kuzmenko. He's going to continue his hot streak from the preseason. All right, Canucks fans, thanks for your questions. I hope I answered them to your satisfaction, and I would appreciate your feedback on any of those answers. As always, thank you to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, and thanks to all of you for your support. Remember, no live stream tonight. I'll be back at it tomorrow night at 11 p.m. So as always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to, leave a tip, a donation, a super thanks if you'd like to, and definitely leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Maybe even for today, if you made it this far in the video, sure, you can talk about the Canucks, but if you made it this far, 11 minutes in, simply write in the comments what and who you are most thankful for. Okay, friends, have a great Thanksgiving weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving, and go Canucks go.